Robert Widmer, an aeronautical engineer, spoke with Nick Cook about the intense levels of secrecy and security he experienced in his line of work. He said the following: "At the time, the CIA was the authority. I won't go into too much detail, but the way I had to live my life, the things I had to do, and how I conducted myself with my family and my self-worth was very unbelievable. Not only was it restrictive, but it was counter to my conscience and morals and so forth. Black program secrecy is a real thing, and someone can do it for a small window for their career, but it's not what I would call a good formula over a long haul. It's not just counter-creative, but it's counter against understanding one another. The degree they went through to hold the secrecy is unbelievable. It frightened me." End quote. Robert Widmer passed away shortly after this interview. Aeronautical engineer Robert Widmer was a trailblazer in the field of aircraft technology, and his contributions to the very successful American military aircraft design, such as the flying boats and the strategic bombers, are what made him most famous. Additionally, he invented and designed the Tomahawk cruise missile. Lockheed Martin, one of the largest aerospace and defense contractors in the world, has long been at the forefront of technological innovation in aviation and space exploration. Given its extensive history and capabilities, some speculate that the company could possess or have knowledge of unidentified flying objects. And this is backed up by the number of whistleblowers who have come forward and talked about the company owning this type of technology. According to aerospace insiders and researchers, Lockheed Martin may be participating in cutting-edge projects because of the remark made following a UCLA presentation to 3 disclosure project witnesses. In reality, there are allegations that defense contractor Lockheed Martin may have had pieces or remnants of crashed mysterious objects in its custody, according to former Nevada Senator Harry Reid, a well-known figure in the Democratic Party prior to his retirement. Oddly enough, shortly after this statement, he would pass away. Enthusiasts of extraterrestrial occurrences have expressed great interest in and conjecture over these purported fragments. Reid revealed to reporters that he was never able to see firsthand any tangible proof of the purported remains. He tried to get approval from the Pentagon to find and look into these remains, but he was turned down every time. Remarkably, Reid was a senator from Nevada, the state home of the mysterious military installation long suspected of harboring unexplained flying objects and possibly even extraterrestrial life forms. Media reports state that he disclosed that he had been aware of the existence of some recovered materials that Lockheed possessed for a considerable amount of time. He tried to obtain classified approval from the Pentagon in order to obtain access to these materials. With this approval, he would have been able to view the papers in person, but in spite of his best efforts, the Pentagon refused to grant the required authorization. One of the central claims made by UFO enthusiasts and some former military personnel is that recovered advanced crafts have been reverse engineered to develop new technologies. If such claims are true, Lockheed Martin, with its deep ties to the US military and its cutting-edge research facilities, would be a likely candidate for such endeavors. The US government has a history of conducting classified projects, often referred to as black projects. These projects are typically highly secretive, with funding and details obscured from public and even congressional scrutiny. Lockheed Martin has been a key contractor for many of these black projects, raising questions about what undisclosed technologies the company might be developing. In recent years, the Pentagon has acknowledged the existence of various hidden programs, a secretive initiative aimed at investigating UFO sightings. The release of videos showing unidentified aerial phenomena exhibiting extraordinary flight characteristics has reignited public interest and speculation about the nature of these objects. Given Lockheed Martin's close relationship with the Department of Defense, it is plausible that the company could be involved in analyzing or even reverse engineering these UAPs. Lockheed Martin's technological capabilities are among the most advanced in the world. The company's research and development efforts span a wide range of cutting-edge technologies, including stealth, hypersonic flight, and advanced materials. These capabilities align with many of the characteristics attributed to UFOs, such as high-speed maneuverability, radar evasion, and unconventional propulsion methods. Lockheed Martin is actively developing hypersonic weapons and directed energy systems, both of which represent significant advancements in aerospace technology. Hypersonic vehicles, capable of traveling at speeds exceeding Mach 5, could explain some UFO sightings. Similarly, energy weapons, which use lasers or other forms of energy to disable targets, could be mistaken for extraterrestrial technology by those unfamiliar with their existence. The possibility that Lockheed Martin could have UFOs or access to extraterrestrial technology raises profound questions about the nature of aerospace innovation and government secrecy. While there is no definitive evidence to confirm these claims, the company's history of advanced projects, involvement in black projects, and technological capabilities make it a plausible candidate for such speculation. The increasing public interest in UFOs and the recent declassification of related materials suggest a growing demand for transparency from both governments and private contractors like Lockheed Martin. Greater transparency could help demystify many aspects of advanced aerospace research and potentially confirm or refute the existence of extraterrestrial technology. Whether or not Lockheed Martin possesses UFOs, the company's continued innovations in aerospace technology will likely shape the future of flight and defense. Understanding the true extent of these advancements requires balancing national security interests with the public's right to know about developments that could have significant implications for society and our understanding of the universe. As of right now, while the idea that Lockheed Martin could have UFOs remains speculative, the company's legacy of innovation, involvement in secretive projects, and advanced technological capabilities provide a fertile ground for such theories. As public interest in UFOs grows, and more information becomes available, we may gain a clearer understanding of the mysteries surrounding unidentified flying objects and the role of aerospace giants like Lockheed Martin in uncovering these mysteries. Many individuals have questioned why numerous covert programs have been established throughout the years to look at UFOs if they aren't real. The modern era of UFO sightings began in 1947, although thousands of UFO reports were made before this, predating the Wright brothers. Various projects have been opened with the sole purpose of investigating these mysterious aircrafts, along with assessing the potential threat posed by these sightings. Interestingly enough, the majority of these incidents were never explained, while only a few were explained as misidentifications or natural phenomena. One of the primary reasons for the persistent investigation of UFOs is national security. During the Cold War, the US and the Soviet Union were engaged in an intense technological and military rivalry. Unidentified objects in the sky were seen as potential threats, possibly advanced aircraft or surveillance devices developed by adversaries, and the inability to identify these objects created a sense of vulnerability. For instance, the US military's interest in UFOs during the 1950s and 1960s was partly driven by the fear that these sightings could be linked to Soviet advancements in aviation technology. Interestingly, during World War II, both Allied and Axis pilots reported mysterious aerial phenomena known as Foo fighters. These sightings, characterized by unexplained lights and objects that followed aircraft, puzzled military personnel and scientists alike. Despite various attempts to explain these occurrences, the majority of Foo fighter sightings remain unexplained, adding to the enduring intrigue surrounding UFO phenomena. Foo fighters were typically described as glowing orbs of light, sometimes appearing as red, orange, or white spheres that followed or surrounded Allied aircraft. Pilots reported that these objects seemed to exhibit intelligent control, matching the speed and maneuvers of the aircraft they followed. Unlike conventional aircraft or known weaponry of the time, Foo fighters did not display any signs of propulsion or weaponry. The sightings were not confined to one specific region or theater of war. Reports came from pilots flying over Europe, the Pacific, and even North Africa. The frequency and consistency of these reports suggested that Foo fighters were not merely figments of imagination or isolated incidents, but rather a widespread phenomenon. This led to the establishment of secretive programs aimed at collecting data, analyzing sightings, and ensuring that any potential threats were understood and mitigated. The secretive nature of military operations during the war also contributed to the difficulty in resolving the mystery. Many reports and investigations were classified, limiting the dissemination of information and collaboration among scientists and researchers. The declassification of wartime documents in recent decades has shed some light on Foo fighter sightings, but many details remain obscured by the passage of time and the incomplete nature of historical records. Beyond national security, the scientific community has shown a persistent interest in UFOs. While many scientists remain skeptical, the unexplained nature of some sightings intrigues researchers. Secret programs often serve as platforms for scientific exploration, attempting to apply rigorous methods to understand these phenomena. Public perception and pressure have also played a significant role in the ongoing investigation of UFOs. High-profile sightings and media coverage generate public interest and demand for answers. Governments, in response, establish investigative programs to address these concerns, maintain public trust, and prevent hysteria. Secret programs investigating UFOs also serve as valuable intelligence-gathering tools. By studying unidentified aerial phenomena, governments can collect data on various atmospheric, technological, and foreign military activities. This information can be crucial for defense planning and technological development. Furthermore, these programs can serve as a cover for testing and evaluating advanced military technologies. By attributing certain sightings to UFOs, governments can divert attention from classified projects and maintain operational security. This dual purpose of investigation and obfuscation complicates the narrative, but highlights the strategic importance of these secret programs. Despite extensive investigations, a small percentage of UFO sightings remain explained. These cases often involve credible witnesses, such as military pilots and radar operators, and exhibit advanced flight characteristics that challenge current technological understanding. The unexplained element fuels ongoing investigations, as resolving these mysteries could have significant implications for science and security. The unexplained sightings challenge our understanding of physics and aviation, prompting scientists and engineers to explore new theories and technologies. The potential discovery of advanced propulsion systems or materials science breakthroughs keeps the scientific community invested in these investigations. The foremost reason why UFO technology would likely never be released to the general public is national security. Advanced technologies, particularly those that could alter the balance of power, are tightly controlled by governments. Nations strive to maintain military superiority to protect their interests and ensure national security. If a government possessed UFO technology, it would likely seek to leverage it for strategic advantage rather than share it openly. Advanced propulsion systems, stealth capabilities, and energy sources could revolutionize military hardware, making any nation that controls them virtually invincible. The dissemination of such technology would potentially nullify these advantages, compromising national security. The risk of advanced technology falling into the hands of hostile entities is another significant concern. Non-state actors, bad organizations, or rival nations could misuse such technology to devastating effect. The proliferation of advanced UFO technology could lead to a new arms race or unprecedented levels of global instability, as various factions scramble to acquire and weaponize these capabilities. The introduction of advanced UFO technology to the masses could have profound and potentially destabilizing societal impacts. The sudden availability of revolutionary technology could disrupt existing technological ecosystems and industries. For example, if a new energy source were introduced that rendered fossil fuels obsolete, the global economy would face massive upheavals. Millions of jobs tied to the current energy infrastructure could be lost, leading to economic instability and societal unrest. The ethical and social implications of releasing advanced technology are profound. Issues of equity and access would arise, potentially exacerbating existing social inequalities. Who would control this technology? Who would benefit from it? These questions are crucial and would need careful consideration to avoid deepening societal divides. The ethical implications of releasing advanced UFO technology also warrant serious consideration. There is a moral responsibility to ensure that powerful technologies are used ethically and responsibly. Releasing advanced technology without adequate safeguards and regulations could lead to misuse, whether intentional or accidental. Ensuring that such technologies are used for the benefit of humanity rather than causing harm requires stringent control and oversight. The existence and potential release of UFO technology also raise profound moral and philosophical questions. How would humanity cope with the realization that we are not alone in the universe. How would this affect our philosophies, religions, and sense of identity? The introduction of advanced technologies could dramatically disrupt global economies. Industries built around current technologies would face obsolescence. For instance, the automotive, aerospace, and energy sectors could be revolutionized or rendered redundant by new propulsion systems or energy sources. This would lead to significant economic disruptions, affecting millions of workers and investors worldwide. The stability of financial markets could be threatened by the sudden introduction of revolutionary technologies. Markets thrive on predictability and incremental change, and the abrupt appearance of game-changing technologies could lead to volatility and uncertainty. Governments and economic bodies would likely seek to control the dissemination of such technologies to mitigate these risks. The need for control and governance is another reason why UFO technology would not be released to the masses. Establishing robust regulatory frameworks to govern the use of advanced technologies would be essential. This includes developing laws, standards, and protocols to ensure that the technology is used safely and ethically. Given the complexities involved, governments and international bodies would likely prefer to keep such technologies under strict control until appropriate frameworks are in place. Advanced technologies could necessitate unprecedented levels of international cooperation. Issues of technology sharing, joint research, and collective security would require nations to work together in ways that may not currently be feasible.